An Alien Captain's Sporty Experience by Tan Rui Fern. A letter written by a faraway being on a faraway planet, translated into English for your reading pleasure. The first exhibition to planet Earth, dictated to General Fufi Bani Poo. General, it is of my greatest pleasure to inform you that the survey on planet Earth has gone successfully, and we are now ready to report back to base. On our little vacation there, we've spotted a little anomaly occurring within the ranks of the little flesh balloons that might be of your interest. They call it sport. It seems to invoke quite a bit of enthusiasm amongst them, and involves the wasting of their energy sources on completely pointless movements along with random screeching that could very well attract predators like, well, us. This sport, it seems, is what causes the flesh balloons to become skinnier than they already are, like the twigs of the flubble jubble tree. Like I mentioned before, it is a waste of energy sources, although it does on occasion create some form of weak armour constructed from muscle. I'm quite certain this is not the reason the flesh balloons perform such cumbersome tasks. I found a spike in their euphoric output during this activity. However, I am still unable to fully place my nasal appendage upon what drives them to play this sport. It is not educational, like our games of dee-da-do and boo-boo-cuddle-la. It does not provide them with any sort of payment, and it is only a rare occurrence in which any of it actually improves their fleshy flesh balloon appearance, or at least in my opinion. One of these sports, as they call it, is named basketball. This sport involves two teams of outrageously dressed flesh balloons bouncing a big, fat rubber ball around, trying to get it into each other's hoops. While one of our foreign scouts was observing this activity, a ball smashed right into his windscreen and cost us at least 200 glubber-gloobers in repairs. It also squashed his skull, but that wasn't so much of an issue because apparently he can regenerate his head, brains and all. It was rather disturbing. I wondered if such mishaps occur frequently amongst themselves. As I was wondering this, however, I had not paid attention to that cadet who tagged along with us after our stop at Station 007. Thus, I am afraid to say that he had established contact with the flesh balloons by morphing into their hideous form and speaking to them in their own tongue. That particular cadet's name I speak of is Cadet Googler Googlaw. He had gone up to a flesh balloon after dressing up in a replica of their gear, before simply going, "Hey, could I join you?" like an idiot, and for a second there, my lieutenant worried that he might smash him to bits with their basketballs. However, they surprisingly let him participate in their big fat rubber ball activity with much enthusiasm. Perhaps we should just all morph and ask to join in one of their sport games, and then conquer them from the inside out. When later interrogated about this phenomenon by our lead flesh balloon researcher, Cadet Googler Googlaw reported that sport provided the flesh balloons with an addictive substance known as fun. This fun, as Googler put it, felt like a bowl of ice-cool flu-flu mixed with dubba-dabba and glech. He then asked that we implement it into our military forces to increase morale. I denied this request, of course. Who has time for big fat rubber balls when one has to conquer the galaxy? The cadet deserted us the next day, apparently preferring this toxic drug known as fun, compared to the glory of the Sheba Shoeball race. Rest assured, sir, we do not miss his company. He was always forgetting to flush the excretion bowls after he used them anyway. Good riddance, I say. In conclusion, we have a runaway cadet roaming planet Earth as a flesh balloon, and we have also discovered that big fat rubber balls are a way to a flesh balloon's heart. It is most certainly not enough to conquer their planet, but I hope this information proves useful to you, General. Dictated by Captain Hoo Ha Poo Fa. P.S. Apologies for any inconvenience, sir, but my lieutenant has been infected with a craze that might have been carried over by the flesh balloons from planet Earth. He is unable to stop watching the strange channel on our viewing screen, which involves several flesh balloons kicking an even bigger and fatter rubber ball amongst themselves. They call it the World Cup. My lieutenant has been rendered immobilized and unable to speak, and considering the fact that he's the only one who has the code for takeoff, we are currently stranded on planet Earth's moon. I request your assistance in sending our code to us via Rubble Dobble Chat, as I have no idea where the lieutenant keeps his code books. All we managed to find in his room were undergarments and a piece of candy.